Well, it was a decent way to start. I thought we had good effort and competitiveness all the way through. I thought the guys were ready to play, excited to play. I thought we got contributions from all three phases, and had a lot of young players out there playing. There's some mistakes that we saw that we'll have to fix and correct, but certainly guys stepped up and made some plays today, and that was good to see. Took care of the ball, created a few turnovers, were able to capitalize on some of that stuff, and generally played, for the most part, penalty-free. So, got off to a decent start in that regard, and hopefully we can build on it.
Josh, going all the way back to the spring, you guys have emphasized getting pressure on the quarterback, getting the ball, getting hands on the ball, being better in the red zone. You guys checked off all those boxes today, including 2 turnovers in the red zone that you cashed in for touchdowns. How pleased are you to see that some of what you guys have been stressing, carried over, not only in practice, which we've seen all that, but into this actual game?
Yeah, that's what we've been trying to work on it for, as you mentioned. And I thought we actually had more opportunities. We got our hands on more footballs than what we ended up coming up with, which, again, until you start getting close, it's hard to create them. So I thought the defense was, really connected, tonight for the most part, and tried to make the windows as tight as they could. And we were punching and stripping at the ball a little bit. So, that's the way we want to play, and that's how we want to, force the offense to, drive the ball and do it that way. Didn't give up a bunch of big plays, which always gives you more opportunities. So, no, it's, good complementary football. Anytime you can turn it over and then turn those turnovers into points and be on a short field, that's helpful.
I know that you're always going to look at the negative and just kind of take that approach, but you've preached this team has to learn to be consistent. Good mini camps, good OTAs, good practices, good joints carried over into a game you didn't even game plan for. It was just about you. Mm-hmm. Are you able, even though it is preseason, Josh, to appreciate the fact that they are showing you what you've craved from day one, which is consistency?
Yeah, I think we see a lot. The schematic part of the game, and obviously a number of players on both sides didn't play in the game, so that part is what it is. But I think there's a lot that can be gained, aside from that. Our operation tonight, our substitutions, the effort we played with. I thought we ran to the football on defense. I thought we covered, with some physicality in the kicking game. I thought we started the game running the ball decent. They were a tough team to run it against, and we made some chunk plays. And so, I think they understand the way we feel about playing and how we see winning. And I think you could see that on the sideline. I felt it on the sideline from a number of the guys that weren't playing, just how locked into the situations they were, what the call was. There was a lot of conversations being had about, the call and the situation defensively, or, what they were seeing on the field. So that's all you can ask for. We have a group that I think is, again, being led the right way by the leaders in the locker room. And, we're practicing the way we want to practice, and hopefully we'll continue to try to improve.
Josh, just to drill a little deeper on the defensive side of the ball, I was just wondering. I realize it's a preseason opener, but were you able to detect some clues on defense that you feel that this is the year that things are turned around 180 degrees on defense in terms of limiting yardage, limiting?
Yeah, that would be impossible for me to say today. Look, I think every player that plays on defense and every coach in our organization that's working on that side of the ball is just doing everything they can every day to try to improve and get better. That process started as soon as the season ended, and where it will ultimately lead to, I don't know. But I like our effort. I think our attitude every day is the right type of attitude if you want to improve and get better. And and again, you see some results from some of the younger guys. That's a good thing to see early. And again, I'm sure that there's going to be plenty of mistakes that we can correct tomorrow.
Josh, kind of an extended day for Aiden. Got a chance to start a game, run a 2-minute offense, come back after halftime, making adjustments in the third quarter. Was that sort of the plan, to just expose him to as much as you possibly could today?
Yeah, Brian and Jimmy really got a lot of work this week. And I mentioned a number of times we were trying to kind of look at it in 3 days here. And so this was really kind of the vision, that I had, try to get those guys a lot of work in practice, against some guys that probably weren't going to play on their side of the ball also in the game, and then let Aiden have an opportunity to experience this for the first time. There was a lot of firsts today for him, so his first play call, first feeling pressure in the pocket, first 2-minute drive, first halftime, all those things. So I thought he generally handled himself well for the first opportunity. He's going to learn a lot from some of the things that we might have been able to, do a little bit better that would have helped us maybe sustain a few drives. But that's why he was in there. So, he's a sponge. He soaks it all in, and he'll take every opportunity to improve.
Looking ahead to next week and going down to Southern California for joints with the Rams, what are you looking for different from your team, maybe from the joints with the 49ers, especially against a team maybe that's going to give you some different looks than you had this week?
Yeah, I think much the same in terms of the work, the competition, the structure. I think we'll get tested in every phase for 2 straight days. With a really good team that's well coached, got a lot of really good players. So this will be a great opportunity for us to, get challenged in a different way. Some of their strengths might be a little bit different than San Francisco's. The scheme is definitively different on both sides, and so that was kind of what we thought about, relative to, putting these things together and how we could benefit. So there's going to be a lot of work that we put in here in the next 48 hours to get ourselves ready to go for Wednesday, and I'm looking forward to this opportunity for our team.